Let's take a look at Slider Revolution. On your WordPress site, you'll see a tab that says Slider Revolution, and it's right here at the bottom. You'll have one template for Asset Bridge slides. This is a single slide, and the slide will appear at the top of your website once it's complete and activated. Take a look at rasmus.com, give you an idea of what the potentials are. So you see this is a single slide. It's got video and pictures and buttons that allow you to go to the auction. So with this particular template, we've got 4 elements: frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, and frame 4. We've got a title, a city, state, a date, and a button that makes an action that actually goes to a link. This one happens to be all photos, no video. So the first one here, we're going to go to the title, click the title, come over to content. You can see the title here, and you can see the title here. Change it in either place. I like to do it over here. Short notice restaurant, or in this case here, I'll click this one. We'll call this one restaurant number 2. Okay. And then we're going to change this location. We can do that over here. The reason I do it over here is so we don't move the content around on the screen over here. But we'll come over here and we'll put in Alexandria, Virginia. And then we'll come over to the date and change this particular date to February 28th. Of course, you can make it anything you want. You might say starts closing at 3 p.m. Thursday, February 28th. So it's all freeform, whatever you want it to say. Okay. There we've made some changes. We saved them. Okay. You can see here that this title is actually larger than this space provides for. So maybe we want to abbreviate it or reposition it. I'll go ahead and do that now and just put 3 p.m. Thursday. All right. And save it again. There we go. I'm going to preview it. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see what it looks like on your slide. So there's the change that I just made. Restaurant 2, Alexandria, Virginia, 3 p.m. Tuesday, 28th. Okay. Now you'll need the link for this button. So if we click on the button and go not to content, but to actions. And we're going to have a simple link here. If we click on that link, we can see that there is a URL place for here. So let's go back over and go to an actual auction. And there's the link to the bidding page. Let's just grab a bidding link, go back over to Slider Revolution, and stick that right in the link URL. And close it. All right, so now if we save that and preview it, how it would look, we can see that's the way it's going to look. And when you click on that button, it's going to go to that auction. Okay, all very straightforward. So we'll close that. So of course, if you got 4 panels, you need 4 photos, 4 headlines, 4 locations, 4 time dates, however you want to format them. And you'll need to change out the content on the photos. So let's talk about that. So let's click on this one here, and we'll see that the corresponding item down here, as you move through it, it highlights it. I don't want you to be confused between the photo and, in this case, the gradient. You see this dark gray background at the bottom here. It's called a gradient. And that's there so that these titles pop against the light background. So this one, when we hover over it, we can see that it says frame 3. So we'll go down here, frame 3, which is right here. And we want gradient 3, we want the picture. So we'll click on the picture. And instead of content, we're going to go to style, because that's where the media center is. So we go to style, and we can see the photo. We can hit the media button, and that'll show us all of the media that we've already uploaded to Slider Revolution. Uploading it is really as simple as going to upload, select, find your image. Just go to my desktop. Here's an image here, whatever it happens to be. Just click it. It'll load it, and voila, there's an image. Okay, so let's say we're going to change this restaurant number 2 to this image. We're going to click it and insert it. Okay, and voila, there it is. You want to see how it looks? Hit the preview button. Hit the preview button, and voila. Restaurant number 2, go to the auction. There's the background photo, city, state, and address. So pretty straightforward. Once you've completed that with all of them, and I always recommend hitting the save button at multiple stages. Now, at any time you make a mistake, you can come up here to undo, and you can undo a previous action. Okay, the image, the photo is now gone. We can see. Okay, So let's change that to a different photo. Let's click on the photo again, picture number 3. Let's go back to Style and to Media, back to the Media Library, and this time let's choose a Jimmy John's logo and insert it, and there you go. Okay, try it again, Media, change it to yet a different restaurant, insert, and there you go. And at any time you can preview and see how it's going to look. Okay, so these are templates. These templates have been pre-designed to look good on, and if you come up here, you can see what it's going to look like on your desktop. You can also see what it's going to look like on your mobile. So if we click on mobile, not bad. Everything seems to be lined up. Got a problem here, though. Let's see if we can figure out what the problem is. I just have to click on these to get them to appear. A little janky. Okay, so let's preview that in mobile. Hit preview. There it is on desktop. There it is on laptop. There it is on tablet. There it is on mobile. An interesting thing about this application, you see this first one here, the button is not altogether that right. For here on mobile, you can see the button's off. So it's not going to affect anything other than the mobile design. So we'll just go and click this up at the top again. We're on mobile now. So same editor that we were looking at before, only instead of being on desktop, we're on mobile. And when you'll want to do this, after you've gotten everything just right, I'd say after your pictures are done, after your titles are done, after your links are all working, then preview it. I always recommend maybe previewing it in mobile, previewing it in tablet, previewing it in desktop and notebook. And if you change it here, it's not going to change it in other places. Okay, so there you go. That's Slider Revolution. We save it. The changes are now complete. So how do you get it on the website? Okay, if we hit the gear button up here, it's going to bring us to the shortcode. The copy shortcode is like the link for your website. So I'm going to copy the shortcode. I'm going to come over here to WordPress. I'm going to hit the WordPress button. I'm going to come over here to Pages, because that's where your pages live. I'm going to come over here to Home. And this is something new. This website has now been built in Beaver Builder. A lot of things about Beaver Builder are a lot easier than what we used to have. So once we're on Pages and we're on the home page, we launched the Beaver Builder. And this will start to look familiar to you. You'll see your current content. Now here's one here, but this isn't active. This is the old style if you wanted to activate it. So we're going to this link. There's actually two toolbars here, and the one we want is this inside one. So we're going to click here on the wrench, and under General, we just highlight this and paste it, boom, and save it, boom, and here comes what we just did. Now this is actually not live on my website. This is just live on the WordPress site so that I can see what it looks like. If you like what you see, then you come up here to Done and you publish. Okay, I don't care to publish, so I'm going to discard. The minute you hit publish, boom, it's live. So that's the process in a nutshell. Pretty straightforward. I probably made it look easier than it will be for you. But to repeat, you're going to go to your WordPress site. Once you've done it once, you can just type in Revolution, and you'll see a link like this. That'll be your WordPress site. You can go to your WordPress site. It'll load for you the editor. If you're not in the right slide, you can just hit the back button. It'll take you back to the home page. The home page will take you to your Asset Bridge slider. You'll hit the pen. You'll make all of your edits to your titles, your photos, your links. Now, the one nice thing about the links is once you've created a link, like for instance, let's go back to the auction one here. All right. And remember, there's only 3 actions that you're using, either content for title. In this case, go to the auction is the name of the button, or animate action for a button. We go to action, and this is where we see the link. Once we've done it the first time, it's always there. So you just need to change the URL if you want to change the auction link. But you'll recall when you do it the first time, or you're using your own templates that you've selected or modifying from scratch, when you click on that go to the auction button and you hit actions, well, that simple link's not there. So just put it in simple link. and then put in your URL. Okay? So the three things you're going to be using over here is content for titling, style for images. So if we go up here again to a picture, there we can see the image. Media button takes you to your library. If you need to add items to your library, simply go to Upload Files, select the thing that you're trying to upload, pull it off of your computer, and then insert it, and it will appear in your media library, and then you can use it anywhere you care to. So you can certainly use this tutorial to get yourself started, and I hope you find it useful. This is the first tutorial I'm going to do, just kind of a high-level overview one, and then we'll talk next about how to integrate multiple slides so that the slides are rotating, and you won't just have 4 units, but you'll have many, many more units.